Alexandria City Council meeting and council committee meetings are broadcast live. They be viewed live by the public on Optimum Channel 4. A rebroadcast may be viewed on Optimum Cable Channel 4 and the City of Alexandria website. I'll do the invocation by Mayor Roy and the pledge by Attorney Boyd.
Lord, we come to you humbly in your prayer and ask that you bless all of us, bless this day that you've given us. The governor was able to make some big announcements for our state today, some large projects. We also saw a commitment out at Renaissance that we hope will be to the benefit of our youth and help this community. We ask that you look over all the decisions today. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Johnson.
Here.
Ms. Belcher. Here. Mr. Green.
Present.
Mr. Fowler.
Here.
Ms. Valor.
Here.
Ms. Logan.
Here.
Ms. Terry.
Here.
Madam Vice Chair, one.
Okay. We have approval of the minutes taken from the regular meeting held on March the 11th. I need a motion
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
Motion by Fowler, Councilman Fowler, I'm sorry, and second by Councilman Valor. Public comments. Public comment should be if there's any discrepancy in the written minutes only. Mr. White?
Yes, ma'am. Madam President.
Yes, sir.
Address Mr. White.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to take away from his time.
Okay.
So, White, I first want to thank you for what you into this great city. I was raised in, as you know, down in Samtown, Woodside. There were a critical shortage of positive Black role models to look up to, especially me. But your father was one of the few who made an indelible impact on me. Okay. And there are thousands of children that watch the city council meeting week in and week out. I'd like to know, what message would you like to send to those children?
Well, I've been trying to ask y'all for a vote so we can have some regular order to where the people can speak after y'all get through with your business and everything. And all these other communities, they can speak out on anything they want to after you completed all your message in. This has only happened under Mayor Roy, when Mayor Randolph, you can speak free.
That's not true. I don't control. What message?
Well, I'm just trying to say, we need to learn about the Constitution. And we don't teach civics or free enterprise anymore in school. And all I'm trying to say is this. All I'm asking is a vote up or down for you to say, well, can the people speak after y'all have completed all the business that y'all have to do? And let us speak on different things like these other councils, city councils go all over the country, all over the world. That's all I'm asking. I think the young people would appreciate it. It would be nice if they would invite the history class and different classes, because you had the disability kids that was here that day. That's all I'm talking about. And like you said you didn't do it, but the council did it. But under Ned Randolph, and I guess mayors before Ned Randolph, you could speak freely. And that's all I'm asking for.
Mr. White, I just as a point of order on behalf of the council, as the chief executive and mayor and their agent on the charter, along with the city attorney, just so you know, during a council meeting, this is their meeting. It's not the mayor's. Our system and our charter is different than, say, a large city where the mayor may sit as a member of the council and be its leader. We don't work that way. So I don't set the agenda or have any ability to do that. When I speak, it's at their pleasure.
Okay.
Or at their request. So I don't, just so you know, in the charter, it is written that all rules of the council how people speak, et cetera, are only set by the council. And I might add, to prove my point and bring it home, in the charter, it is the one of two instances where the mayor has no veto power. I can neither veto nor weigh in on their rules. So when you always say it's me, it can't be me. Because I have no authority over their rules.
Okay, well, the city council, that's why I've been asking for an up and down vote to let us speak after y'all finished your business. Instead of just adjourning and that's it.
Thank you for answering my question, Mr. Mayor. You can continue with the agenda item next week for the comments on the approval of the minutes. Sorry.
And everybody at Thursday, 10 o'clock, there's an ambulance meeting at the police bureau. We need to go over there. Well, I'm just saying, we need to know about that, because people don't know
Thank you,
about
Mr.
that.
White. Thank you.
Thank you.
Consent. Oh, okay, discussion. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Mr. Roosevelt, is he here? Okay.
To the mayor of our great city, city council president, citizens of our great city. It's good to be here today to stand before you. One of the most important things that I'll say that over the last 18 years I've been part of is the South Alexandria Organizational Committee. Founded 18 years ago. One of the things that we looked at in our community center was revitalization, how we looked at it as a city, how we looked at it as a community. And one of the biggest projects we looked at was litter, trash, our neighborhoods, and what could we do to be effective in our community. And that's when it was born. We started out with 9 members, it has grown today to up to 150 people for the organization, participants, and sponsors. That's something that we're very proud of. I have with me today as a guest, Pastor Stanley Mathis, who's the president of South Alexandria. Well, we side by side, working hard, committed day by day. If I may, first and first, can I get 1 minute, just 1 minute, to say hello?
Yes.
Good afternoon. One of the things we want to share is a little bit about the South Alexander Revitalization Committee. The year was 2005 when we organized a group of concerned citizens as well as clergy came together, the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church. And we decided we wanted to look at our neighborhood and see what we could do to enhance the neighborhood. As we finished the meeting, we went out into the neighborhood, we canvassed the neighborhood. We saw a lot of outages within our neighborhood. We decided, what could we do to revitalize the area? As a result of this meeting, we formulated a plan and we systematically came up with an idea of how we could clean up the neighborhood and revitalize the neighborhood as well. And so as a result of that, from a small band of about 10, we today have over 150 people at different entities that come together once a year and clean up our South Alexandria area. We are still working diligently to enhance the area. One of the things I'm a firm believer in is to bloom where you plant it. And what I mean by that is we need to invest in our community. And one of the things we have done in the South Alexandria area at Antioch is we revitalized our church. We've invested $500,000 in our church to show that we mean business in what we say. And one of the things that we're doing, we're drawing people into our area, into the South Alexandria area. And our objective is to clean up the area, enhance the area, and further promote unity as well as economic development as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Through the city of Alexandria and South Alexandria, one of the things that this city has done, the council has done, to work to enhance our area And the message is not just for South Alexandria, but what we do is to put the message out about how can we become a clean city, a great city, a city that sits in the heart of Louisiana, to spread the message about team up to clean up. Rapides Fair School Board has adopted a poster contest, which is taking place right now. It starts with education, it starts with the parents, it starts with the things that we have to do to further do the things as a city and community. We have to enhance about being clean, please don't litter, team up to clean up. So we have reached out to as many entities as we could and can in the city of Alexandria. The city has adopted through the city, through you all, and the mayor, Ms. Deborah Randolph, through Keep Louisiana Beautiful. And we also have Paul Smith with the Lieutenant Governor's Office, who's working with the Love the Boot campaign in every city, every community in his region, something that's very important to our city and community. So that's something, Mayor, that we're very proud of. In the city council, we're proud of that. I want all of you engaged on April 5th. I'm coming to you before April 5th. I can always come to you after April 5th. So I want you involved in your districts, your community, to do those things that's important to make it possible to participate. You lose to participate, you still are accepting volunteers to become part of something that's great in our city and community. Ms. Randall, let's break from that.
Madam
Madam President, it's okay. Thank you, Madam President. Don't
Thank
forget.
you, Madam members. I'm Deborah Randolph, President of the Central Louisiana Chamber, and I want to take an opportunity, first of all, to thank Roosevelt and this wonderful South Alexandria revitalization effort. 18 years of growing every year with a bigger and bigger cleanup, and now with the development and launch of our Keep Alexandria Beautiful, which is an affiliate of Keep Louisiana Beautiful, that of course, late last year, you entered into a cooperative endeavor with the chamber to launch, and we're housing the Keep Alexandria Beautiful office over at the chamber, working very closely with the city, including all of you. And now we'll be able to provide some added support to the South Alexandria group. And we have other elements for Love the Boot Week, which I'll mention. We have now an approved logo for the program, and we were able to keep the Clean Elec logo and then add the elements of Keep Alexandria Beautiful and Keep Louisiana Beautiful affiliate must be on the logo, and this has been approved by Keep Louisiana Beautiful. We appreciate Paul Smith being here and his support along the way with the formation of our local affiliate for this. And other elements that I'll mention that will be happening during Love the Boot Week are the citywide Clean Elec cleanup, and also the Clean Biz Blitz. Don't try to say that too quickly multiple times. It is very difficult. Clean Biz is a particular program of Keep Louisiana Beautiful that applies directly to businesses. And we are aiming to get at least 14, but we're going to hopefully go higher than that, more businesses to join up as a clean biz during Love the Boot Week, who will be doing cleanups at their businesses. And then we're going to keep signing them up after that, so that we will have an army of businesses that are out there not only cleaning up and beautifying their business areas on their property, but taking more area around their businesses, taking the entire street where they're located, for example, and having their employees conduct cleanups. The other thing that I will report to you is we're about to complete the required litter survey that we must turn in on an annual basis to Keep Louisiana Beautiful for our local Keep Alexandria Beautiful affiliate. And we will be sending that in by the end of this week. And it gives us a good baseline of some problem areas. And it was done in such a way that every area of the city has been photographed with sites and measured out, and even mapping out the kinds of litter that are there. And that kind of detail is present in this litter survey that we're turning in. And we'll be able to work going forward from that. So I appreciate the opportunity to provide an update, and can't say enough about the effort, the South Alexandria group and what they do. Thank you very much.
In closing, I just would like for everyone here to be engaged in our city, our community, the districts, to spread the message about who we are and what we like to accomplish. Not only during Love the Boot Week, but all the time. The message is to keep our city clean, keep your neighborhoods clean. Please don't litter. Please don't trash our neighborhoods, because presentation in our city is real important. And that's important to you, it's important to me, it's important to all the councilmen, and it's important to the mayor, staff, and all of you that's here today. So with that, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Alexandria City Council, Madam President, the mayor, staff, what you're doing to help make a difference for the Love of the Boot Week. And I would like to announce on April 2nd, we will have a 12 o'clock news conference at the church. You can talk about, let the community know how we feel about litter, trash, and what we like to do, make our city better. Thank you so much.
President, let me make the announcement, 8 to 2, April 5th, 8 to 2 p.m., 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Is the Love the Boot cleanup. We have about 9 groups with the city, about 86 people. And I just would be remiss if I didn't point out Stanley Mathis and Roosevelt Johnson's efforts, in addition to what Deborah and the chamber and all of us are doing in our cooperative endeavor we did, which is going to be critical. You're going to get some real data about where litter is. I will say over 2 years with David Gill Strike Force and what we're doing. I know it's still, there's some bad spots, but it looks different. Up and down MacArthur even, there's these trouble spots that I know y'all know some of them that bother me personally a lot. We're getting there. I would be remiss if I did not point out, in a world where in this game, egos can get in the way of a lot of things, and we're always talking to each other about that and putting those aside. Roosevelt and Stanley Mathis both did something I find quite extraordinary. They've been at this a long time. They could have easily said, don't tread on us and don't rain on our parade. We're keeping our event. They, without hesitation, rolled into everything we're doing, which frankly gives us a force multiplier that we need. But they didn't hesitate at all or say, it's about me, we need to keep it, whatever. And I find that to be a refreshing thing in today's time. So I want to give a salute to both Roosevelt and Stanley for doing that. It takes real courage and real community commitment to do that without hesitation. Thank you both for that.
Good question. So in District 1, how do I mobilize my people in district?
So, Mr. Larvadan, you can register on the city's website. Any teams that you've organized or want to organize in regards to that. If they're churches, youth groups, schools, you can go to the City of Alexandria website, and there's a registration form for Clean Alex on there, and we'll mobilize that. There'll be, Stacy West will reach out to that team, give them all the implements that they need in order to be able to operate on that day, and they will have the full support of Public Works as well as our Public Safety divisions.
And if you tell us, we will help you
Yes.
start up. If you need a startup, those guys are super well developed. If we need to start up some in District 1 where I live and you do, let's talk about doing it.
Help with additional volunteers if you need them as well.
And there are flyers available when you walk out the chamber, so you can have that information in here.
I want to make one suggestion, since I've been part for the last 2 years. Me and Reverend Matthews, we meet up with the crew, we go out a different way. This year, what I'm gonna do is meet up at the church with both the big crew, they'll take my crew, for one part. So, we get our save the brief and everything at the same time. And, cause all gathering is right there at the church, and, you know, we take the branch out, I think it's a better idea.
And so we give the fluidity and flexibility to the teams to be able to mobilize from the points that they desire to mobilize from. We just simply ask that that information is communicated to us. That our support system that will be there with our trucks and so forth and so on can be in the areas where they need to be at that time.
And give the data to Deborah ultimately so that we can put a metric to this, measure where we're going each
So
year.
it won't be double dipping.
Okay.
And I won't be picking up trash. I'm a cook for them. I'm a cook for them over there. When they get through.
So I have to bring my group to South Alexandria.
That's right, that's right. I will give Jim that he can cook.
Well, I-
Reluctantly, I will
We
admit.
gonna have to change the other part piece, like to do to the wood side, the same town, one year, and then the next year move it to the Boyd Park. Is your stuff portable?
Jim could cook for, more groups,
You have a wrap up, a flyer you got last year that has everything packed on the little page, 191 volunteers, 6,000 pounds, we had 3 tons picked up, but it's got each little thing, we'll send that back down to you. We'll do another one for 25 after.
What is the deadline to sign up?
I'm sure he'll have one, but I'm sure there's.
Okay, tomorrow?
We'll take all the help.
We'll take all the help that we can get. There's no limitations with regard to that. If somebody wants to come out on the day of, and join with an existing team, they can very well do that. And those teams can count those individuals, participants and their numbers as well as the items collected.
You don't need a stamp or an armband. We're gonna let you pick up litter.
Because I influence that. Well, anyway, want to thank you, Mr. Roosevelt and Mr. Rep. Matthews and Ms. Randolph and Mr. Paul and everybody that, is involved in this. We do, and we would like a clean city. And if this is what it takes, all of us working together to get our city, clean, then this is what we'll do. So thank you guys so much. You ready? Consent calendar.
G, consent calendar. Number 1, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the legislative submitted for supply. Number 2, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low-bid submitted construction and maintenance materials. Number 3, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter a memorandum of agreement with the Department of the Army Joint Readiness Training Center, Fort Johnson for military exercise. Number 4, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the existing contract for professional auctioneering services. Number 5, introduction of an ordinance adopting the operating budget for the city of Alexandria for fiscal year 2025-2026 to make appropriation for the ordinary expenses of all city divisions, departments, office, and agencies, pensions, and otherwise provided with respect to the expenditure of appropriation. Adopting the capital budget for the city of Alexandria for fiscal year 2025-2026. Appropriating funds for the capital budget for the city of Alexandria for fiscal year 2025-2026. And providing for capital expenditure and other matters with respect to appropriation and expenditure of funds pertaining thereto. Number 6, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the city attorney to settle and compromise the matters entitled Doris Fox et al. Versus City of Alexandria et al. 9th District Court, Civil Suit Number 275-974, Division 8, and other matters with respect thereto. Number 7, introduction of the ordinance authorizing the city attorney to settle and compromise the matters entitled Johnny, Jeans, and White versus City of Alexandria et al. 9th District Court, Civil Suit Number 268-938, Division C, and other matters with respect thereto. Number 8, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the city attorney to settle and compromise the matters entitled Marie Sampson versus City of Alexandria et al. 9th District Court, Civil Suit Number 274100, Division F, and other matters with respect thereto. Number 9, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to declare police vehicle 9843 as surplus and no longer needed or used by the city departments to be disposed of in accordance with Louisiana law. Number 10, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with Christmas Foundation to co-sponsor the 2025 Walmart CMN Golf Tournament scheduled for May 2025 at links on the Bayou benefiting Children's Miracle Network. Number 11, introduction of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the golf course management operation and maintenance agreement with M2 Management LLC as per terms and conditions and other matters with respect to it.
Items 6, 7, and 8 going into executive session on April 8th. The council received the budget and related documents on Friday, March 14th. The budget meeting will be held on March 31st and April 1st at 3 o'clock. A public hearing on the budget will be Tuesday, April 8th. I need a motion, please. And a second. Motion by Councilman Fowler and second by Councilman Johnson. Any items to committee?
No, items to committee, would you repeat those dates for the budget meeting, please?
The budget meeting will be held March 31st and April 1st at 3 p.m. And no items to the committee? Okay.
The resolution, number 12, resolution authorizing the adoption of financial management policy with regard to community development block grant, disaster recovery mitigation fund.
Motion approved.
Move.
Second.
Sorry.
Motion by Councilman Lloyd, second by Councilman Fowler. On public comments. Mr. White?
Thank you, Madam President.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you, Mr. Goins. My father would have been proud of that and what you said. My name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White Jr. of 3638 10th Street, 71302. My phone number is area code 318-446-6934. Exactly, what is this? This is for a future disaster, or something that we have now?
Not now, it's like the city, it has a federal funding, and it will be in the future for the Louisiana Community Development Block Grant. And this is to help if something, to request the city to adopt and maintain the policies that are already in order to be compliant with federal laws.
Okay. Now, y'all set aside $500,000 for a hurricane that never came. I'm just asking, is that part of this money, is separate from this money, or
No, sir.
something? Okay,
Sir.
all right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watson.
But just to be clear, you don't wait till the hurricane comes, then set aside money. You gotta plan in advance, just in case.
But is it still there, or is it the hurricane money?
Never went anywhere.
You never planned it. Okay, you're not gonna use it till the next hurricane.
We're gonna have to do it again.
Well, wait a minute.
It goes back to general fund.
Oh, okay, that's what I needed to know. Okay, it goes back to the general fund.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 13, resolution authorizing the mayor to file applications with the Federal Transport Administration for federal transportation assistance for the city of Alexandria Transit Department.
Need a motion, please? Second, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Lloyd. Public comments? Discussion, all in favor?
Madam President, hold on, please.
Okay.
Mayor, what projects are we applying for this grant for?
This is for to operate the bus system. So if you look at your book and under 13, you'll see a sample resolution. This is something we're required to do. The council as the governing authority has to be resolved to continue to be in that process where we receive money, grants for them to operate.
Okay, so nothing besides the normal that I read that, I was trying to see where we applying for something different, bus routes, anything of that nature as well. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Mr. Green, and this, I'm gonna bet Mike answered where Mr. Lawrence should go. We would, in fact, be applying where we can for additional federal and state funds, when we, move the bus, whole term, the whole setup of how we do this here, we intend at this time to move into District 1, into the area on Bolton Avenue where we've identified. And at that time, there would be, I would guess, many applications for different grants to look for both capital project grants, expenditure grants. In addition to what we have already to do it, that whole area has been done with several grants to clean up the area, phase 1s, phase 2s of that whole area. So we'll continue to seek any help we can get. The MPO, the Metropolitan Planning Organization, that is part of our APC that we belong to for our transportation, has also been in partnership. I chair it now. Many of you are on that board with me. We also are looking at the possibility that some of the things they want to do that would service other transportation, would be like a service area to work on, fix, and take care of smaller transportation around the parish. And actually, it's an extra parochial region. It's beyond the parish where people would be able to bring vehicles in to serve it. And it is my understanding that part of that grant is that there are private folks that participate in that and have the ability to transport people around. So we're looking at a lot of different partnerships there. At minimum, we're committed to moving there.
Is there a timeline in place?
We'll be happy to bring up a report. That's something I would defer to Ms. McGill's on. I know she's listening now, but if I can get that by the end of the meeting, I'll give you some additional information on it. And if not, we'll set up a full report for you.
Mayor,
Yes.
for the general public, where you're speaking of moving to, that is the old Rush property on Bolton Avenue, correct? For the general public to understand where it's going to. Has the city ever thought about also, once we move there, partnering with Greyhound to facilitate that along with that? Would that be a problem?
It has come up, and there are models where that's occurred. The problem is you're mixing a private sector, purely private motivated deal with our public funds, and there are a lot of restrictions. So we're not pursuing that this time. We're focused on what we have with the buses. I don't know that the way Greyhound currently is working in communities this size, I'm not sure how that would work. But we would want to make sure that whatever benefits we provide benefit our citizens here with the transportation funds and not the private Greyhound.
I'm just very restricted.
Yeah, so what he's saying is right. I have seen models where they've done it, but it is few and far between because you're mixing public and private resources, and that always leads to a lot of problems. You'll see that part of this is all about grant compliance. Right. Cornelius asked about the previous one for disaster relief. The feds are huge about their grant compliance. So when you start mixing those worlds, you can be asking for problems that we don't need.
But brother, would it be a situation where Greyhound would be rent space from us?
So
I may not allow.
we would just have to look at the guidelines, but we're not pursuing wanting Greyhound. I mean,
Right. I understand.
their models just totally changed. I'm not sure.
I know we're thinking out loud here. I mean, I'm just trying to think.
It doesn't add economic, I mean, it doesn't help us a lot.
But it helps citizens.
It can if it's being used, but it'd be better to be, I'm not sure we want that in that facility.
Greyhound's already here in the city.
It is,
Is
but
it up a third? Is it still up there?
it's in Texas and Lee Street, but it's not conducive to the citizens, because they're continuously complaining.
No,
It's moved.
complaining.
They moved it on there.
It was supposed to be up a third, and I was wondering if it was still there. It's not only in Texas.
Yes, it is currently located on on Upper Third.
It is back there. Okay, I know they were having problems there with the bus, with the store on. Okay.
I would just say that's a private sector problem that we don't want to subsidize their commitment issues if they have them with our federal transit dollars, and that would be not a good thing to do.
I think it's worth discussion to see if we can reach a deal. It's not at least be open to that deal.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 14, resolution to co-sponsor the Westside Ability Center March Madness Basketball Tournament in March 2025 for individuals with disabilities.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second. Motion by Councilman Lloyd, second by Councilman Warford. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
15, resolution to co-sponsor the Alexandria Museum of Art Jordan Thibodeau Trio Concert in March 2025.
Move.
Almost made a whole thing.
Second, motion by Councilmember Lloyd, second by, Councilwoman Felter. Public comments, discussion.
I had a comment. This concert is this Saturday and at 6 p.m. At the Museum of Art. And, it's free. So when I went to look it up, whenever, I was going through our, materials, it's free thanks to the, New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation. So just wanted the public to know that there'll be a free concert on Saturday.
Thank you for that information. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 16, resolution authorizing advertisement of bids for gas meters and iron codes.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments. Mr. White.
Thank you, Madam President.
You're welcome, Mr. White.
All I want to know is, are these smart meters? Or y'all don't know?
I don't.
You honestly don't know. The only reason why I'm asking, because I know that most of these communities are going to these smart meters and then replacing the people instead of reading the meter. They got these smart meters. That's the only reason I'm asking. Because, you know, people want to know, because you can cut off the gas or electricity from the place. I mean, once you get the smart, so you're saying these are not smart?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
So you see, Itron or those things in there's, that technology is anytime you see that. And I've said it and I'll just keep saying it. Mr. White may keep asking, where we can smart meter, we do. So that's what we're doing all the time. And it, has very little to do with what was just said. It has everything to do with the costs of having teams of people that have to go out and read meters versus being able to travel by and pick up the data, et cetera, which, as all of you know, is something that is hard to afford. More importantly, especially during the hot months, it's hard to keep people in that job. It is not a desired job. And when you have people leave the positions, it leaves the city in a major lurch. So that's why most cities move toward it. It's actually about the cost savings that go along with it.
All in favor? I'm sorry. Mr. Green, you have something to say? I'm sorry.
Mr. White really took my question because I was gonna ask, how many of these meters are we gonna get? And I looked this up and it says encoder, receiver, transmitter, which means electronically reading. So are once we get these, we're starting a new subdivision, are we coming back to old subdivisions? Where we'll be going with these meters?
Anywhere we can locate them when new meters are allowed to be put in. When we have a need, we're going to put them in.
Okay, because it does say it's encoder, receiver, transmitter.
So new neighborhoods, new development, because the developer is required to do certain things, but if we know ahead of time detailed questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Well, I mean,
It's an easy one though. So think about how these meters work, gas and water. Let's not think about electric on your house, where they're buried under brush in the ground, where there's all these problems with people having to go. So where we see estimation that we moved off of, thankfully, in 2 years off of the electric, where you're going to see the biggest problems are in any meters that are covered by brush, because they have to physically go be read. So they can be broken easily. How you read them can be damaged. That's why these are better. And it's just a much safer, more efficient way to do meter reading. You really want those meters to be handled that way. So what happens is when people, if somebody working for us goes out, they're just hired, you're trying to create a culture of people doing this. It's not a desired job. I'll say that again, in the city, okay? It's a lot of turnover. If people are going out and that is under brush or under cover, or they can't get to it, what do you think happens? They don't read it. What does that lead to?
Yes,
What do you want to avoid? So that's what these are for. So it's not, again, what Mr. White's saying, it's an efficiency.
No, I just looked it up when I turned virtual what it meant before I voted on it, there was not a clear understanding, and there wasn't a guidance question.
Oh, no, I didn't take it that way.
Okay, there was things that I'm gonna vote on it, I'm gonna read up on it, I
We
want to be
did.
sure what I'm doing.
We didn't take it any kind of way.
Yeah, I didn't take it.
We knew, you know, we know what you're talking about.
Thank you kindly.
Okay, and you have that right to ask the questions and to discuss what you like to, discuss. You have that right.
So just encoder, receiver, transmitter is what the ERT is. It's just an acronym, but it is absolutely about electronic radio.
Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 17, resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for herbicide.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ward. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 18, resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for residence contract.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ward, second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 19, resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for operating supplies for the local distribution department.
Motion?
Move.
Second, please. Motion by Councilman Ward, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 20, resolution authorizing advertisement for bids for janitorial chemicals.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second, please. Motion by Councilman Ward, second by Councilman Marmaday. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
I, ordinances for final adoption subject to public hearing. Number 21, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating supplies for the gas department.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second. Motion by Councilman Ward, second by Councilman Johnson. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
Number 22, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for the Castle Tower armor.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
23, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the low bid submitted for operating supplies for the wastewater department.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Ward, second by Councilwoman Felter. Public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
24, to consider final adoption of an ordinance authorizing the mayor to renew the contract with Clean Earth of Alabama Incorporated for household hazardous waste services for the utility and public works divisions.
Motion, please.
Move.
Second, please.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ward. Public discussion. I'm sorry, public comments. Discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried.
25, to consider final adoption of the ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter professional services agreements with Pan American Engineers, LLC, Ballard CLC Incorporated, Kendall Stone and Associated Incorporated, Martin Farm, Houston Incorporated, Winston Fuller and Associate LLC, Scott Moore LLC, and Vertec Work LLC for engineering and surveying services.
Motion, please. Second. Motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ward. Public comments, Mr. White.
I'm passing, Madam President. Thank you.
You're welcome. Discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. We're opening up the public hearing to community development to hold a public hearing, taking action on the cost of the demolition of one commercial structure located at 33rd Street, one Monet. I need a motion.
I'll move,
Need a motion.
yeah, a motion open public hearing.
If you let me.
Yeah, I'm saying,
I'm trying to get to it.
I thought that'd be the choice.
You have to read the item first and then you open it.
Okay, so you motion. Okay, who's second? Okay, motion by Councilman Ward and second by, Councilman Hall. We have any public comments? Discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carried. Public hearing is open.
Chadley, with community development, we're asking for permission to file lien on 1133rd Street for the cost of demolition and the amount of $129,000, $129,139.63.
What was the number again?
Party, the owners in this matter have been properly served.
He wants to hear how much it was. It was 139, 139, 63.
Anyone here from that address? Need a motion, please.
So moved.
And second.
Second.
Okay, motion by Councilman Ward, second by Councilman Fowler. Public comments, discussion, all in favor?
Any to stay with that? No, all right.
Any opposed? Motion carries recommended. Meeting is adjourned. Close, I'm sorry. Okay, motion by Councilman Fowler, second by Councilman Ward. Public comments, discussion, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.